Hello kids, how are you? I hope you all are good. Today we are going to start with a new chapter, that is your algorithm and flowchart. So students, to deal in our daily life we face so many types of problems. So to tackle or cope up with those problems we need to plan out. That is, we need some computational skills, or you can say programming skills. So algorithm and flowcharts are the two basic terms that we'll learn in this chapter, that how we can develop a program through it. So let's just start the chapter. Let's begin with algorithm, advantages of algorithm, disadvantages of algorithm, flowchart, how to use flowchart to represent algorithm, rules of developing flowchart, advantages of flowchart, disadvantages of flowchart, key differences between algorithm and flowchart. So let's just start the chapter.
Did computer work stepwise? Working stepwise is called algorithm. Algorithm. Algorithm is defined as a set of rules that define how a particular problem can be solved in finite number of steps. In other words, algorithm is a step-by-step representation of instructions to solve the problem. An algorithm must be composed of a finite set of steps, each of which may require one or more operations. A good algorithm should have following features: input, specified and required input values; output, outcome values or solution of the problem; definite, what should be done must be clearly defined; effective, in finite amount of time, it must be able to perform each step in finite amount; finite, there must be finite number of steps or operations; correct, desirable and correct output must be able to generate. Advantages of algorithm. It identifies the solution process, decision points, and variables required to solve the problem. It helps in dividing a huge problem into smaller manageable steps of the solution. The analysis and specification of the process lead to the efficiency. Separation of the steps divides labor and development expertise. Disadvantages of algorithm. At a specific point, the algorithm terminates. Inability to solve problems that generate non-computational results. Consumes a lot of time. Flowchart. The step-by-step solution of a problem in a picture form is known as flowchart. It is one of the most important techniques to depict an algorithm. A flowchart facilitates the computer in following ways. Helps to understand program more easily. Helps to define input, output and processing sections of program. Helps to easily debug the program and act as analytical tool. Represents complex algorithm in concise form of documentation. How to use flowchart to represent the algorithm? Algorithms are mainly used for mathematical and computer programs, whilst flowcharts can be used to describe all sorts of processes, business, educational, personal and of course, algorithms. So, flowcharts are often used as a program planning tool to visually organize the step-by-step process of a program. Rules of developing flowchart. 1. Analyze the input, process, logic and output of the program. 2. Use standard symbols and arrowheads to the direction of flow of data and instructions. 3. We should use easy words which can be easily understood by other programmer. 4. There should be a list of activities inside each symbol. 5. It should express all sections like input, process, logical and output. 6. It should not be any programming language oriented. Advantages of flowchart. It is easy method of communication to represent program. It serves as a guide for program coding. It is easier to understand than program and algorithm. It is an independent program, so applicable for all types of programming languages. It represents all the components of program like input, process, logic and output, which makes easy to develop the program. Disadvantages of flowchart. It cannot replace all types of logic used on the computer program. It takes long time to represent all module of computer program. It is complex and not suitable for big problems. Key differences between algorithm and flowchart. 1. An algorithm involves a combination of sequential steps to interpret the logic of the solution. In contrast, a flowchart is a pictorial illustration of the algorithm. 2. A flowchart is more understandable as compared to the algorithm. 3. The algorithm is written in a language that can be perceived by humans. On the other hand, the flowchart is made up using different shapes and symbols. 4. There are no stringent rules implemented in the algorithms, while the flowchart is abode by predefined rules. 5. Errors and bugs are easily detected in the algorithm as compared to the flowcharts. 6. Flowcharts are simple to create. On the contrary, the construction of the algorithm is complex.